Hello everyone, welcome to AGB tutorial. In this video, I will show you how you can make AI game in Scratch. So this AI will be very advanced. It will be able to find the shortest route till its destination. So here's the one that I made. Now in this game, we have a small muffin here. And if I press space, I spawn lots of goobos who are after the muffin. They follow the path of the arrows. And look how fluently they're going and smoothly. And once they touch it, they will disappear. And not only that, you can drag the muffin and change the arrows where the position will be. How cool is that? And then the goobos will follow it. So this is basically the game I will be doing. Now, if you want to see how I did the advanced AI, make sure to watch till the end. And don't forget to subscribe and click the like button and give your valuable comments so that I can know which game I will make next. Now let's start the coding part. First, you would need a character for the AI. I guess I'll just go for Gooboo. He looks good. Next, I'll see what the AI wants in foods category. I guess I'll just take a muffin. Now we also wanted them to shrink. I'll set this size to 60 and go both sides to 20. That's a bit too small. 40 will be good. Now we need the maze. So simply choose the paint option and draw a square. Make sure the fill is nothing and the outline is set to pure black. Next, draw a square and make sure it is aligned with the boundaries because this will be the boundary. Now make sure the X and the Y are set to 0, 0. I think I'll just raise this bottom part a little higher. Make sure all of the edges are being visible in the screen. Now the black color is very important. I'll tell you in a bit. Next, draw the line of this. Draw a line. This will be the maze. So now this will be our simple maze. So next, draw a new sprite and call this arrow. I'll also rename the sprite 1 to maze. Next, go back to the arrow sprite and draw a square. Change this to any color you like. I'll change this to red first. Then make a square. Then zoom in a bit. Use the line tool to draw an arrow here. And then you draw another square. Cut off one of its edges. I put the fill to 0 and this to 0. Next, reshape it to the shape of an arrow. And now simply adjust it. And there we go. We have our own arrow now. Next, go to the codes part. Go to events, when green flag is clicked, go to looks, get a show. Next, go to motion, go to muffin. And then point in direction 0. Go to looks and then go to back layer. Now when we click on the green flag, I think it's a bit too big. So let's just shrink this arrow a bit. Select it and just center it. Next, I'll just shrink it. Next, we'll change the outline to, I think, about 32 by 32 would be a good number. There, mark it in the center point. And also make sure that the muffin is also in the center. Now we press the green flag. You can see that now our arrow is behind the muffin. Next, go back to the arrow. Now I'll start the cloning. Create a new block and call it move in all direction. Run without screen refresh would be checked. Next, go to motion, get a move 32 steps. Then what we need to do is get a turn 90 degrees behind the minus 32 steps and create a clone of myself. Now if you press it, you can see there are 4 clones because I pressed it 4 times and all of them are pointing towards the muffin. To speed up the process, go to controls, get a repeat, change this to 4. Now before we do, get a move in all directions. Now if we click the green flag, you can see that now it immediately changes. Now let us just change our muffins to here, let's say. Now if we click the green flag, you can see that 2 of these arrows are overlapping each other. We don't want that. So go back to your arrow, go to controls, get an if statement. If, go to operators, not touching the color. Now here the black comes in. The black allows all of the arrows to not overlap each other or touch the boundary. Now if you click the green flag, you can see that 2 of these arrows here are deleted. Now let's reset. Now let us shift our muffin here. If we click the green flag, only these 3 arrows are left. The 4th one is getting deleted. Now let us bring our muffin to an open area. Now we click the green flag. You can see all 4 of them appear because none of them are overlapping each other and the clone is 4, which means they're not overlapping each other. So now that is good. Next, let's create that they will take over the entire map. So for this, create a new block, call it move in all direction. Run screen without refresh. Next, go to motions, get a move 33 steps. And this is important. If you let's say they said 32 by 32, you need to go 1 step higher. Move 33 steps, go to controls, create a clone of myself and again and move minus 33 steps. Now let's test it. Oh, and also remember to put a turn 90 degrees. If we try it, you can see that now they're duplicating in themselves. Now we wanted to move immediately. So simply repeat 4 times and then put a move in all directions in the when green flag is clicked. Now we have another problem. Here, one of them is actually inside the maze. We don't want that. So now to fix it, simple. Go to controls, get an if then, only in the control section, only the create a clone section. Go to operator, get a not, sensing, touching the color black. So here it will not overlap each other or touch the image. Now if we try it, you can see this one is missing. Let's say bring it here and press the green flag. Only these two are missing. Now that is good. Now let's make it so that they will take over the entire map. Now for that, go to controls, get a when I start as a clone, then go to my block, get a move in all directions. Now if we press the green flag, you can see they already took over the entire map. So now that is good. But I see another problem ahead of us. Here you can see these two are merging, and even these two, and even these guys. Now let's just change them. So it's very simple. In my scrolling video, I told you that when an object is big and suddenly becomes small, it can shape itself inside the boundaries. Now let's use the same code to do the same thing. Simply get a set size to 300 and then get a set size to 100 above and below the move 33 steps. Now you can see that now each of them have a small gap. That is good. Now let's just add some colors in our little project. Now simply duplicate these four times. Then change the color. I'll do the first one to yellow, then the next one to green, and then the next one to blue. Great. Now to put the color, it is very simple. Put the next costume under the 90 degree, and watch the magic happen. And look at all of those colors. We can see that blue means down, yellow means up, red means right, and green means left. Now let's teach our little Gobu to learn all of these to reach its tasty muffin. So now first create a variable, delete the first one. This variable name should be next direction. For this sprite only, next create a new block and call it detect arrow and run screen without refresh is on. Now who's going to do the detecting? Of course not our little Gobu, but a mask, something that can detect it. Now Gobu size is about 93 by 109. We'll do about the same size. I think about 90 by 106 will be good. I guess I'll just set it to this much. Now, when it says detect arrow, the first thing it should do is switch the costume to the mask costume, which is our costume 1. Let's just rename it. Next, go to control, get a repeat until, get 4 of them. And now, repeat. Now, if go to control, get 4 if else, stack it onto each other like this. Now put that there. Now if touching the color, let's say first I'll take red. touching the color red using the color picker tool, then it should set the next direction to 90. If touching the color green, it should set the next direction to -90. -90. Duplicate this, and if touching the color, we will do this yellow, then set the next direction to 180. And finally, if touching the color blue, or actually set direction to 0, duplicate this and set direction to 180 for the blue instead of yellow. Now let's just test that really quickly by switching the costume to Gobu. Next, go to motion, get our point in direction, next direction, and detect the arrow. Now if we switch it, actually put this here. Yes, so make sure to put a detect arrow first. If I go to yellow, it points upwards. If I bring him to the green, it changes. The blue, same thing. And for the red, does the same thing. Now that is great. Now make a new block and call this move. Not run screen without refresh. Click on OK and put this there. Get the forever loops and go to motion. Get a move. 3 steps will work. Then let's just bring our Gobu here, and before we do anything, get a when green flag is clicked and then move. Now let's just see that here. The off goes Gobu, but if you just see that it is going in circles because it is getting confused because it is not touching the red, and well, he loops her again and again and again. So now Gobu needs to move very smoothly in order to skip these problems. Now let's just code them. Now coding them is very easy and needs some maths. Create a new block and call this turn by the number input, direction, and then label, width, another number input, smoothing. And make sure it run screen without refresh. Now turn direction by smoothing. So it is very simple here. Get the left turn degrees and right turn degrees. Put turn left by direction degrees, the my block direction, and turn right. Get the get the division, the subtraction, put division on the right hand side, and put direction subtracted by our original direction divided by smoothing. Put that in there. Now go to my blocks, get a turn by direction, next direction with smoothing of 6. Now if we try this, you can see Gobu's smooth movement, and there Gobu has accomplished his mission and getting the muffin. But Gobu gets a little confused because it is moving this side, and when it touches this wall, The hitbox, the detector is touching this arrow and Gubu again falls into the same problem. So now here's a clean solution for this. So here, instead of this, when green flag is clicked, let's just do when green flag is clicked, let Gubu be hidden. But how will we enjoy the game? So for that, go to the backdrops, go to events, get a when space key is pressed, go to controls, create a clone of Gubu, then go back to a Gubu. Now get a when I start is a clone, move, and also most importantly, go to mouse pointer, go to looks. Next, go to looks, get a show. Now if you click on the green flag, Gubu is hidden. Now if I press space here, I actually put this show in the beginning of everything with the mouse pointer there. Now it works. Now we click on the green flag, spawn loads of Gubus and off they march on their mission to get the muffin. And they follow the arrows here, they follow as well, but they just seem to be in a big mess right now. Now let's say if on an entire horde of them, the problem, now look at that, they touch, then they're again revolving. Now the problem was one of the Gubos blocking the other Gubos direction, which is the arrow. But in this kind of case, they might even go out of the edges. Now to solve that, first let's just stop this revolving, duplicate this, take out your go to mouse pointer and move. Now show, go to controls, get the wait until, go to sensing, get a touching, actually the or statement, get two touchings, if touching the edge or touching the muffin. Then in either of these cases, it must delete itself. Wait until touching muffin or edge. Go to controls, get a repeat 10 times. Go to looks, get a change color effect by, change this to ghost effect by 10, and at last delete this clone. Now let's check out our game. Smack the green flag and off goes the Gubu army to accomplish their mission. Now here they work, and as soon as they touch, they disappear. Let's spawn an entire horde of them. Or summon all of Scratch's Gubus. Now this is getting little laggy, but as soon as most of the clones get deleted by the muffin, and they come the entire army, and as soon as they touch it, they will disappear. And there it goes. And let's say I spawn one here and it just disappears. Now that is good. So basically I've covered the entire game and how we will make our AI pathfinding, but there's one thing necessary. Now if you want to reshape your muffin, first drag it to a position you want, again click the green flag. Those are some lengthy process. Let's just make them a bit speedier. Select the muffin, go to events. When green flag is clicked, go to motion. As you go to sensing, get a set drag mode. Now, and it will set to draggable. Here I can drag, but when I enter this mode, I cannot drag anything. Now when this is set on in the muffin sprite, oink, now I can drag this anywhere I want, but I cannot drag the others. So put this under the green flag. Next, go to controls, get a wait until, go to sensing, get a mouse down, go to controls, get a forever loop, and then go to events. Get a broadcast message, 2 of them, broadcast message, reset, and another message, call it find path. Next, go to the arrow sprite, get the when I receive find path. Now there's no find path for this. So we can just copy, so we cannot just copy this, it is very lengthy. So just find path, create a new block and run without screen refresh. And put all the code into there, remove that green flag. And when I receive find path, and when I receive reset, then simply delete this clone, drag this to the Google as well. Now if we try it, oh, of course, I forgot, get the when green flag is clicked and find path. Now if we try it, you can see that now, look at the colorful shape. We can spawn a Google army. They follow the arrows. Sometimes they go out of boundaries. Sometimes they turn here and there. When once they touch the muffin, they all are away. They spawn bunch of them. Now as soon as I touch this muffin and oh wow, look at that cool effect. The entire maze is obeying the muffin and moving with it. Plus, it also changes the shortest route to the muffin. Now, if I keep it here, you can see these are pointing up. Now, when I bring it here, now they're pointing down. Bring it here, for example, they're pointing down right here. Now, you can move this. Let's say I want it to be secretive. I'll just put it there. Now, the goobos will also follow the arrow, and wherever you spawn them, they will go and find the muffin. Now, this may take some time for them, but at last they will accomplish the mission on getting the muffin. So this is it for this tutorial. If you like this, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can never miss a video. And don't forget to give a valuable comment so that I can know what game I must make for my next Scratch video. Until then, scratch out.